Hello and welcome to the Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast with me, clinical somatic educator and founder of Total Somatics, Heidi Hadley. The Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast has been designed to help you gain a deeper understanding to how your mind and body work. You will learn about your amazing mind and body and why over time you can feel pain, recurring injuries and poor posture. Within this podcast, I will teach you why this doesn't have to be your future or the norm for you. Would you like to learn how to reduce pain, move freely, and gain a new lease of life? Let's get started. Hello and welcome back. Now, in today's episode, we're going to talk about energy and protecting your energy. And as we're looking at Mindful in May as our theme, we're going to look at all these different areas. And so I'd like to ask you today, do you ever feel that you're stuck in a funk, or you're stuck in a rut, or you've lost your mojo, or you've got no energy, or you feel like you've lost your enthusiasm or your zest for life? Well, I'm sure you'd agree with me, all of us at different times over the last 2 years have felt those feelings, and probably at times will continue, because that's human nature. However, what I'd like to provide for you today is skills and techniques that when you feel like you're stuck in a rut, or you feel like you're as flat as a pancake, there are things we can do to lift our energy. Because I'm sure that when you've been really on the ball and you've felt that energy, you feel like you can do anything. And then at other times you think, oh, do you know what? I just want to close the door to the world and stay under the duvet. There's different ways that we respond. So let us consider how we can raise our energy or raise our vibration. Because when we raise our energy, internally that changes our nervous system. It changes our well-being. And then it changes how we interact and enjoy life around us. So for instance, could you create the attitude of gratitude? So let us consider how we can create that gratitude. Let us think of our amazing soma and take one little concept from our amazing soma, and that is your breath. From the moment you are born, you take this deep breath and that starts your life. And think of what life-giving sources you have from breathing. It helps nourish every single cell in your body. It helps you to change the state of your nervous system, because you can start to develop slow, deep, rhythmical breaths when you feel anxious. Have you noticed again how it will fluctuate at different times and you can almost feel a different state of energy? You can feel that excitement with the breathing. You can feel when you're going into a deep sleep or you're starting to slow down and go into sleep, your breathing changes. It is so intelligent, breathing alone. It's subconscious. You don't have to remind yourself to do it, but it's there with you all the time. So just appreciate the fact that you have this amazing life-giving property, which is very much part of your life. And as you will see in the show notes, I've provided some resources, a little gift for you, just to help you use that power of your breathing to change the state of your nervous system. So do check that out in the show notes. But let's have a look at something else here. So what about when you walk out in nature? You look in nature and you look into the sky and the vastness of the sky. It's incredible. The clouds, the different cloud formations. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's limitless. There's so much vastness out there. However, we are part of that universe. Sometimes we can look at things outwardly and not realize that we are part of that whole makeup. And so what you see in nature is this potential, this limitless, this vastness. We have that internally. We have an amazing brain with imaginations and thoughts and creations. And so we can sometimes stop ourselves. We can be our own worst enemy, and we can stop ourselves because we hold these limiting beliefs that stop us to pursue interests. And yet often, if you met people that have an interest, they have a passion for something, their energy is contagious, and you want a bit of that, don't you? Because when you feel that energy, you think, oh, they could do this all day, every day, because it is a passion that comes from within, and that energy is what keeps them going. It's like their fuel, really. And so let us consider how you may have ideas and thoughts that you sit on and you don't really want to pursue. And they could be an invention. They could be that you want to reach out into the community and volunteer, but there are things that stop you. And yet when we follow through with those thought processes, it really brings us a different level of energy. So let me ask you for a moment about the power of your thought and how that can drive and change a person's life. And as a result of that, you actually increase your energy levels because you feel that you've given to somebody and they've enjoyed it. What about looking at things around you? Look at things that have been invented. It could be as basic as a chair. It could be the device that you're listening to this on. Everything around you started with a thought. And the person that had that thought started to keep thinking about it and changing that thought and writing things down and drawing things. They kept pursuing that thought to the point that they followed through and practiced it. When they practiced it, they invented it, they created it, they had a belief that this was going to work. There were times there would have been a roller coaster thinking, is it really going to work? I'm not sure. And there would have been very much ups and downs. People might have said, don't bother. It's a waste of time. Don't bother inventing this. There's this, and this out there. However, when that person put their mind to it, the power of their mind, very strong, put their energy behind it and visualized how that would benefit them and others in the future, we have now all these inventions and these creations. That's thanks to the energy and the thought processes of the human brain. And I know you've got that in you too. I mean, you listen to these podcasts on a regular basis, so you know the power of your mind and you know the power of your body. You know how everything within us is so powerful. If we tap into it and we follow through with our actions, we can accomplish quite incredible things. So when we do that, that's when we are driven by that passion and that enthusiasm. And that's when we see a shift in our energy levels too. And I know you can do it. So just give it a go. Even if you're having a day where you feel as flat as a pancake, you know that the next day is going to be a better day. And look at ways to change your state. We've already considered your breathing and even just reflecting on the power of your breathing. Reflect on nature, how incredible nature is. And we are an extension of that. We are part of the whole universe. So that is part of us too. And that's the thing, is anything is possible. And when we step out of our own world, because sometimes we can get a bit consumed in our own thoughts and our own world, but when we step out and we start looking again with this attitude of gratitude, and we look at the variety and the beauty of all the faces around us, the different smiles, the different mannerisms that people have, you see, every face has their character lines and their laughter lines, and people have earned those character lines and those laughter lines over their years. And so when we step out of our own little comfort zone, where we can sometimes sit in our bubble and just be a little bit more like retreating from people, when we reach out to people, it might just be with a smile when we're walking. It might be that you just start striking up a conversation with someone that you see on your walk after a while. You see, you don't know what their story is. You don't know what their life experience has been. You may not realize how much your smile, every time you walk past them, when you go on that familiar walk, that lifts their energy. We always think about maybe stuff that's happening in our lives, but have you ever considered that that person might be going home to an empty house? They may have had some real sad loss in recent times. And every time they see your smile, it just lifts their energy. You see, there is so much more happiness when we give to people rather than receiving. And when we do this, when we give of ourselves with a smile or a hello, or we spend time listening to people, actively listening to them, this is really, really powerful. This, again, not only just lifts our energy, it lifts everybody else's. And we know that when we've got people around us with energy that's raised, it is contagious, and it's a really nice environment and community to be in. So really embrace the beauty, the variety of people's faces, their laughter lines, their character lines, their quirkiness, their funny little accents, whatever it is. Everybody is unique. That's why we're so unique as somas. And we've got so much to learn from each other. And so that's really why today, if you listen to the gift within the show notes, and you'll see that's a way that we can really regulate our central nervous system. That is wonderful. But look at ways that you can lift your energy, how you can give to others, how then you can create this community around you of like-minded individuals that have that same buzz and that same energy. Because when that happens, massive changes can occur within your life and those around you. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let me know either through social media or below this video what your thoughts are, what your takeaway points are from here. And I look forward to seeing you next time as we go into the next subject, where we're going to delve into another part with Mindful in May. So until next time, take care. Thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and also forward this on to somebody you know will benefit. To learn more about pain relief, plus how to improve your health and well-being, go to totalsomatics.com. Until next time, take care.